Right. So the president, Luis Inácio Lula da Silva, affirmed on Friday that he wants President of the United States Donald Trump narrative war, real war. Lula affirmed that he wants to prove the world who's saying the truth about the new tariffs, 25% imposed by the United States and Brazil last Wednesday. Already told the President Trump 3 times Brazil doesn't have any interest in having war here. We're peaceful. Now the war I want to do with him is a narrative war. It's the war of truth. I want to prove the world who's telling the truth in this war, this tariff war between Brazil and the United States. He's going to have to learn how to do the war with another weapon. That is the weapon of words. This is what we're going to have to show. So I think it was more interesting. Another post was saying what the United States was doing in the Strait of Hormuz. They wanted to charge a 20% fee there, and there's no such thing that should exist because, well, that's basically piracy. He's trying to profit off war, in a sense, and found it, well, not humane. So the thing is, the problem with this stuff is that Marco Rubio said it was because of his ego. If he knew how to come to the negotiating table, he wouldn't have to have the 25%. And that reveals a broader aspect of MAGA, that their decisions are very much escalatory and done on a whim. Sometimes not even to appease their electorate, because this is not even something necessary their fan base wants, but it's the I want to coerce you, or I don't like your politics, so I'm gonna do what I want. It has no greater strategic calculus behind it. Same way they're launching the war with Iran. The journalists themselves were asking Donald Trump, you know what? It seems like you've met a dead end at the war. From a strategic standpoint, it doesn't really make sense what's going on. Any kind of sidesteps the question, and just speaks about other things. And here, what's going on is that, well, every Brazilian with half a brain cell is going to understand that the United States imposing tariffs so close to the election is they want to see one of the candidates more favorably, correct? Let's say, you know what? Lula has a big ego. Who doesn't? Flavio. Flavio's an amazing guy. That's why he has pictures next to Trump. He's a cool guy. If he was president, we wouldn't put these tariffs on him because he doesn't have an ego like President Luis Inácio Lula da Silva, right? And then you have to start rolling your eyes and start going, oh, okay. All right, so if you need to ask yourself, is this some kind of Manchurian candidate for the Americans or something? Because I don't know.